Many of us have wondered, out of all the people in the world, why were we born into poverty? That question often haunted Jessie Bennett. What am I supposed to do now? What about Mom and me tomorrow if I don't have any money to bring home? She muttered in frustration, pulling at her hair. She didn't want to go home empty-handed, so she decided to pass by her regular manicure and pedicure clients first, but all she earned that day was $2. Jessie worked as a laundress and also did pedicures and manicures on the side. She dreamed of having a child, but she couldn't fulfill that dream since she had no husband. The only family she had was her mother. Her father had long passed away in an accident. As much as she wanted a better job, she couldn't get one because she hadn't finished college. Her clothes were a hodgepodge of second-hand and off-color outfits. Ironically, most of the people she served were wealthy families in their community. I didn't even make $20 today. What should I do? She asked herself again. It was already late in the evening, and Jessie walked with slumped shoulders down the street on her way home. As she passed a garbage heap on the side of the road, she suddenly heard a rustling sound. She stopped abruptly, straining her ears. "What was that?" she whispered, nervously scanning the area. Her entire body trembled as fear took over. The street was deserted. Then she heard it. Soft, repeated cries. A baby's cries. "Am I imagining things? Or is there really a baby crying? What if it's a ghost baby?" She panicked. Jessie instinctively made the sign of the cross and prepared to run. But when she tried to step away, the crying got louder. It was almost as if the baby was calling her. Okay, I'm coming. Please don't be some haunted spirit. I swear I'm saving my neck for my future husband," she whispered. Jessie cautiously approached the trash pile. "Oh my God, it really is a baby." She carefully reached for the baby's smooth skin and pressed gently to confirm it wasn't a doll. "Please don't bite me," she murmured, tapping its arm with her finger. Satisfied the baby was real, she lifted it into her arms. "Oh wow, what a beautiful necklace. Is this real? And all this money?" She gasped, finding wads of cash wrapped in the baby's blanket. She quickly stuffed the cash into her pocket, looking around to make sure no one was watching. Then she noticed a note. "To whoever finds this baby, please take care of him. Don't report him or take him to the police. I don't ever want to see him again. I can't accept this child into my life. I still have so many dreams. I've left money with him to help raise him. You can name him. Please treat him as your own. I'm sorry. And thank you." Jessie's jaw dropped as she read the emotional letter. She could only assume it came from the baby's biological mother. "You poor little one. Don't cry anymore. We're going home now. I'll take care of you. I promise I won't abandon you." Without a second thought, Jessie brought the baby home. Her mother was shocked and furious. "What were you thinking, Jessie? We can barely make ends meet, and now you've brought home a baby? Who's going to feed that child? The dog? We better take it to the police station." Her mum, Patricia Bennett, raged. "Mum, please calm down. I have something to tell you. This baby isn't going to be a burden. He might actually be our blessing," Jessie insisted, trying to pacify her mother. But Patricia wouldn't stop. Her scolding was relentless. "Do you even know what it takes to raise a baby? First of all, milk. Can we even afford baby formula? Rent. We're barely paying that as it is. What if we get kicked out of our apartment? And now you bring a baby into all this," she snapped. Jessie chuckled lightly, despite her mother's anger. "Mom, please let me explain," she started, but Patricia cut her off. "This isn't a joke, Jessie. What the hell is so funny? I said we need money and you bring home a baby. What's wrong with you?" Jessie gently laid the sleeping baby on the bed and pulled out her bag. "Mum, this is what I'm talking about," she said, showing her the cash and the note. "This child isn't a burden. He's a blessing. I don't even know if it was right for me to take him in, but when I saw the money, I couldn't just leave him." Patricia was speechless as she read the note and saw the money. Who abandons a baby like that, and with that much cash? If she had no money, I'd understand, but clearly she's not poor. Still, what kind of mother does that? Patricia said, shaking her head. They counted the money together. $2,000 in total. Mum, it's $2,000. We can pay off our debts and keep our apartment. I told you this baby is lucky. Jessie beamed. Patricia softened a little, but remained wary. That might help us now, but raising this baby won't be easy. We still have to think about school, healthcare. Let's not worry about that right now. The important thing is we have money to survive. I'll use it to start a small business so we won't waste it, Jessie said. She gently caressed the baby's cheek. I'm going to name him Jaden Bennett. From now on, I'll be his mum. Tomorrow we'll go get him checked up. He's our little gift. Jessie gently cradled the baby in her arms as she spoke. Are you sure about this, Jessie? Patricia asked, worried. Aren't people going to start asking questions? You suddenly have a baby. Those gossipy neighbors will think you got knocked up by some guy who left you. Jessie sighed. I don't care what people say, Mom. I'll just tell them I'm a virgin single mum, she joked, winking. You're impossible, Patricia muttered, pressing a palm to her forehead. She had no choice but to support her daughter's decision. That night, Jessie couldn't sleep well. She kept waking up every time the baby cried. While changing his diaper, she whispered to him, You're so handsome. Just look at that nose. I bet your dad was good-looking too. Every time the baby cried for milk, it seemed like Jessie's stress melted away. He was like a little angel, especially when he smiled. When she finally felt drowsy, she placed him gently in the cradle and went to her room. But even as she lay down, she kept thinking about him. Worried, she got up again. You're sleeping with me tonight. What if some monster takes you away while I'm sleeping? She said, carrying him into her room. She couldn't sleep immediately. Jessie was scared she might accidentally roll over him. She knew she moved a lot in her sleep, so she placed pillows around him for protection. While watching him, she slowly drifted off. The next morning, Jessie awoke sprawled across the bed, limbs spread out. Her eyes fluttered open, and suddenly, she gasped. Where's the baby? She frantically searched the bed, realizing too late that she had rolled over the area where she had placed him. Her heart nearly stopped. Mom, where's Jaden? She called out in panic. Patricia didn't answer right away, so Jessie jumped out of bed and searched the room, even checking under the bed and glancing up at the ceiling, as if the baby could have crawled up to chase a lizard. Thoughts raced through her mind. Finally, she stepped out of the room. Mum, where are you? Have you seen Jaden? Jessie was frantic, turning the house upside down looking for the baby. She was like a modern-day Caesar, crying out for her lost child. Jaden, where are you, my baby? She finally peeked through the window and sighed in relief. Patricia was outside holding Jaden, letting him enjoy the morning sun. Mom, you scared me. Why didn't you tell me you were taking him? I thought I lost him, Jessie cried, catching her breath. I was just letting him soak in some sunlight. It's good for him, Patricia explained. You were sleeping so soundly, I didn't want to wake you. She handed Jaden back to Jessie. Here, you hold him while I make breakfast. I'll heat up some water too. The thermos is empty. He feels lighter. Maybe he's hungry, Patricia added. Jessie kissed the baby repeatedly, like a mother overwhelmed with love. After Jessie took Jaden out for a checkup, rumors began to spread. Neighbors whispered about her. One particularly noisy woman, named Mrs. Darling, even claimed that Jessie had been abandoned by a lover. Jessie ignored the gossip. She understood that people would talk. As time passed and Jaden grew older, eventually turning 7, the rumors only intensified. Jessie and Jaden were often the subject of mockery. Kids bullied Jaden, calling him the adopted son of a washerwoman, among other insults. "Mum, where's my dad? Is it true I'm adopted? Is it true my dad was a bad person?" Jaden asked one day, his innocent eyes filled with confusion. Jessie was stunned by the questions. She and Patricia exchanged glances. "What kind of questions are those, sweetheart? Where did you hear such things?" Patricia asked. "My playmates said so. They said their mum told them I'm adopted, or that I'm the son of a bad man," Jaden replied sadly. Jessie's tears welled up. She wanted to tell him the truth, but Patricia gently stopped her. "Sweetheart, your daddy isn't a bad person. He's in heaven now, with your grandpa," Patricia said, lying to protect him. She hugged the boy tightly. Jessie quietly wiped away her tears. "They were lying, weren't they, Grandma? My playmates were wrong, right?" "Yes, sweetheart. Lying is bad. That's why you should always be a good boy." "Yes, Grandma." "You're such a good grandson. Go play now. Your mom and I need to talk," Patricia said, stroking his hair. Jaden went off to play. The incident made Patricia think deeply. "Jessie, I think it's time we move. For Jaden's sake, we need a fresh start, somewhere no one knows us." "But what about our livelihood, Mom? Moving might be too hard for us." "Didn't you say you wanted to start a business? Let's use the rest of the money to open something small. Even a laundry shop will do," Patricia replied. Jessie agreed. In just a few days, they managed to move. They hired a tricycle to help them transport their belongings. "Mum, are we close to our new house yet?" Jaden asked eagerly, glancing out at every house they passed, thinking each one might be theirs. "Yes, honey, we're almost there," Jessie smiled. "There it is." "Wow, that's a huge house. Is that where we're going to live?" Jaden asked, his eyes wide. But the tricycle passed by the mansion and stopped at a modest house next door. "We're here. Welcome to our new home," Jessie said cheerfully. Jaden stood still, staring up at the mansion next door. "I thought that was our house." "Don't be sad, honey. Someday you'll have a house like that, or maybe even better. All your dreams can come true," Patricia said, guiding him inside. The house had a small garage, which they turned into a laundry shop. Though small, it was comfortable. In just a day, customers started pouring in. Jessie quickly bonded with the new neighbors, except for the mansion owner, whom they rarely saw. He always drove off in a car. "Ma'am, your son is so handsome. He must have a good-looking dad," one customer commented. "Well, I'm gorgeous, so obviously my son is too," Jessie joked, flipping her hair. Everyone laughed. Within a week, Jessie and her family decided to attend church. No one was left at home, not even Patricia, who joined them at Mass. When they returned, they found a pile of laundry at the laundry shop. Since no one was home, someone had entered their yard and dropped it off. "Whose laundry could this be?" Jessie asked. As she approached the pile, she saw a note on top of the clothes. It read, "Ronnie Sebastian." Jessie frowned. She didn't recall having a customer named Ronnie. She asked around and eventually found out that Ronnie Sebastian was their neighbor, the man in the mansion. "That's such a handsome name. Is he handsome too?" Jessie wondered aloud, glancing at the mansion. She smiled to herself and got to work on the laundry. "Wow, this smells amazing. Is this really dirty laundry or freshly bought clothes?" Jessie muttered, amused by how fragrant the clothes were. She laughed to herself in the laundry shop like someone who had lost her mind. Patricia looked on and scolded her for her antics. "But why do these clothes smell so familiar?" Jessie thought. She brushed the idea aside, figuring it was just a coincidence. Once she finished washing the clothes, she called out to Jaden. "Jaden, sweetie, I need to cook. Could you deliver these clothes to our neighbor?" "Yes, Mom," the boy answered brightly, Despite his tattered clothes and tired face, he eagerly ran to the laundry and picked up a basket. "Yes, this is my chance to step into that big mansion," he whispered excitedly, jogging toward the mansion. Lucky for him, the gate was open, probably because he was expected to deliver the laundry. He didn't hesitate to enter. A security guard who had just come from the bathroom and forgot to lock the gate spotted him. "Hey, you little beggar! What are you doing here? People like you aren't allowed inside!" The guard snapped. Frightened, Jaden turned and ran, leaving the laundry basket behind. The guard chased after him, but kept tripping. Jaden ran through the garden and ended up in the backyard, where there was a large, clean swimming pool. He accidentally slipped and fell into the pool. "Help!" Jaden cried, struggling to lift his head above the water. He didn't know how to swim. Fortunately, Ronnie was taking a swim just then. The moment he saw the boy fall in, he swam over quickly and rescued him. "Are you okay?" Ronnie asked, gently holding Jaden's cheeks. As the seconds passed, Ronnie found himself staring at the boy. He felt a strange sense of warmth. "I'm okay, thank you, sir," Jaden said sweetly, and Ronnie pulled him into a hug. "What are you staring at? Go get a towel! Hurry!" Ronnie ordered the guard, who had just been chasing Jaden. The guard rushed off and returned with a towel. "I'm sorry, boss. I forgot to lock the gate. That's how the little street kid got in." The guard apologized. "I'm not a street kid, sir. Don't believe him. I'm your neighbor. My mom just sent me to deliver your laundry." "I'm sorry," Jaden explained. "So that's it. Don't worry, I believe you. You're a handsome little guy," Ronnie replied, trying to comfort him. Ronnie then told the guard to go buy new clothes for Jaden from a nearby store. The guard doubled as Ronnie's driver and housekeeper, though he wasn't good at cooking or doing laundry. That's why Ronnie preferred to outsource those tasks. "Sir, thank you so much for these new clothes. They're so nice," Jaden said, admiring the clothes. "No problem. By the way, where's the laundry?" "I left it in the garden. Should I bring it here?" "No need. Jerome can take care of that," Ronnie replied, instructing his housekeeper to bring the clothes to his room. Then he invited Jaden inside to eat. "Your house is so beautiful and huge. I wish I could build a house like this for my mom and grandma," Jaden said. Ronnie couldn't help smiling at the boy's cheerful energy. "Here's a burger. You must be hungry. You know, burgers make you even more handsome. It's my favorite," Ronnie joked as he handed over the food. "Wow, that's my favorite too. But I rarely get to eat it. We only buy essentials," Jaden said, savoring every bite. "This is so delicious. What about your dad? Doesn't he buy you burgers?" "I don't have a dad. He died when I was born. I never met him, but I'm okay. My mom and grandma take care of me. I love them very much." Ronnie was touched by Jaden's honesty and warmth. "We're the same. My dad left too, but at least you get along with your mom. Mine only wants my money." "Where is your mom? Doesn't she live here with you? That must be sad. Who cooks for you?" Jaden asked, concerned. Ronnie looked like he might cry. "She has a mansion far from here. She visits sometimes, usually when she needs money. We fight a lot, so I don't live with her." Jaden nodded silently, staring at Ronnie's teary face. "Sir, are you crying?" he asked gently. He stood and wiped Ronnie's tears with his new shirt. "Even if your mom's like that, I'm sure she loves you. My mom hits me sometimes, but I know she loves me. Oh, I should go. It's getting late. My mom might worry," Jaden said, and began to say goodbye. "Wait, we haven't introduced ourselves yet. What's your name?" Ronnie asked. "Jaden," the boy answered, flashing a bright smile that seemed to melt Ronnie's stress. "I'm Ronnie. Come visit anytime. Be careful not to get in trouble with your mom," Ronnie teased. Jaden giggled and left. As soon as Ronnie got back to his room, he pulled out an old photo of his late girlfriend. "Why does that kid look exactly like Nadine? He's like a little boy version of her," Ronnie said softly, stroking the photo. Nadine had been a model and Ronnie's girlfriend. She had died in a tragic airplane crash en route to New York for a major fashion show. The dream she'd worked so hard for had vanished in an instant. But now, seeing Jaden and that uncanny resemblance to Nadine, something stirred deep within Ronnie. "Mum, I'm home. I brought the laundry to Mr. Ronnie's house," Jaden announced. "What took you so long? And whose clothes are those? They look new. Are you wearing my underwear?" Jessie asked, baffled by her son's clean and expensive-looking clothes. She examined him closely, turning him around to check the tag. $10 for one shirt? That's expensive. Where did you get this? Jessie asked, eyes wide in disbelief. Sir Ronnie gave them to me, Mom. He's really kind, and his house is so beautiful. It's huge, but there are only 2 of them living there, Jaden replied. Curious, Jessie listened to her son's story. The next morning, Jessie was frustrated. She tore through her drawers, unable to find her favorite underwear. Her shorts and skirts were also missing. Despite some of her clothes being faded and old, she was attached to them and didn't want to replace them. Mom, are you wearing my underwear? She asked Patricia. What? Jessie, why would I wear your underwear? I've got my own. You must have left it at the laundry shop or something, Patricia replied, eyebrows furrowed. Jessie kept searching but still couldn't find her clothes. They're really not here. I've looked everywhere, she said, exasperated. You're just careless. You leave your things everywhere, Patricia snapped. Jessie scratched her head in frustration. Then she noticed something. Her neighbor Ronnie's laundry basket, the one she washed the day before, was still there. She called her son. Jaden, come here. Yes, Mom? Why is this still here? I thought you delivered it yesterday. Jaden didn't speak. Realization dawned on him. Oh no, I must have delivered the wrong basket, he confessed. I'll go back and fix it right now. Jessie sighed. No, I'll go. You stay and fold the laundry. She picked up the basket and headed to Ronnie's mansion. Is Ronnie home? I just came to drop off the laundry. My son brought the wrong basket yesterday, Jessie told the guard. He's in the backyard burning trash. You can go ahead, the guard said, letting her in. Jessie stepped into the mansion's yard and was immediately struck by the lush garden filled with exotic flowers. Where is that man? She muttered as she walked around the back. There she saw a shirtless man facing away from her, tending to a small fire. Despite his back being turned, his physique was impressive. Good morning, sir. I brought your laundry, she called out. Ronnie turned around slowly, and Jessie's jaw dropped. She was momentarily speechless at how handsome he looked, swallowing hard as she caught a glimpse of his 6-pack abs. Then Ronnie picked up a stick he was using to prod the burning trash, and at the tip of it, Wait, that's my underwear, Jessie shouted. You crazy man! Why are you burning my panties? Ronnie looked confused. Your panties? I found this in my mum's room. It's old, so I burned it. We don't keep old stuff in the house. It's bad luck. But that's my stuff. And my skirt. Why would you burn them? Jessie shouted. Your stuff? Why would your things be in my mum's room? I assumed it was hers. I was just cleaning up since she's visiting soon. Old, torn and faded clothes shouldn't be here. They'll affect my business vibe, Ronnie said, flipping the underwear like he was grilling it. Give it here, Jessie demanded. Ronnie didn't believe her. Frustrated, Jessie threw down the laundry basket and slapped him. Are you kidding me? How would I even have my clothes in your house? I was just trying to clean up. My mum hates old things, Ronnie muttered. Hearing the commotion, the guard rushed over. Sir, what's going on? Kick this woman out. She's claiming the stuff I burned belongs to her. That's the basket the kid brought yesterday, sir. I put it in Madam's room because it looked like women's clothes. I thought they were hers, the guard explained. Ronnie was stunned. Looking across the yard, he saw the actual laundry basket with his clothes, untouched. The realization hit him. He turned to Jessie, only to meet her furious gaze. She looked ready to pounce on him like a lioness. The guard quickly stepped between them. "Ma'am, please just go. Let's avoid any more trouble," he said, escorting her out. Ronnie scratched his head in embarrassment. He hadn't meant for this to happen. Wanting to make it right, he headed to the mall to buy Jessie new clothes and underwear. He also bought new toys for Jaden. "Excuse me, where can I find women's underwear?" he asked a saleslady. "For you, sir?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Ronnie blushed. "No, for my, companion," he lied, pointing at the guard Jerome. Jerome stared at him in shock. He wanted to deny it, but Ronnie whispered, "Say anything and you're fired." So Jerome just nodded sheepishly at the saleslady. Once outside the mall, the two finally breathed a sigh of relief. They returned to Jessie's neighborhood and found Jaden playing outside. "Oh, it's you, sir. Do you need more laundry done?" the boy asked cheerfully. "No, I just have something to give your mom. Tell her these are gifts from me, and tell her—" "I'm sorry," Ronnie said, handing Jaden bags of toys and clothes. "Wow, so many gifts. It's not even Christmas. You're so nice, sir." Jaden grinned. Ronnie smiled and walked away, hoping Jessie would forgive him. "Mom, look, Sir Ronnie sent gifts," Jaden said, running inside and handing Jessie the bags. Jessie opened one of the bags and was stunned to find new clothes and underwear. She didn't know why, but she felt a flutter in her chest. "He bought these for me," she whispered, blushing. "Sir Ronnie also said he's sorry. Did he do something bad, Mom?" Jaden asked. Jessie's face turned apple red. "It's nothing, sweetie. Don't worry about us." She carefully folded the new clothes, savoring the moment. Jaden, meanwhile, played with his new toys. Ever since that day, Ronnie regularly sent his laundry to Jessie's shop, and every time she finished, Jessie and Jaden delivered the clothes back to the mansion. One day, while inside the mansion, Jessie accidentally bumped into a very expensive vase. She tried to catch it, but it was too late. It shattered on the floor. "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to. I swear," Jessie stammered, panicking. "That vase was very expensive. It cost almost $10,000. My mum bought that in Canada. She can't find out it's broken," Ronnie said, clearly worried. "I'm really sorry. I don't have that kind of money. I'll do anything. Please forgive me," Jessie begged, falling to her knees and clutching his hand. "Sir Ronnie, please forgive my mum. She didn't mean it," Jaden added, kneeling beside his mother. Seeing the child's sincere face, Ronnie's heart softened. "Get up, both of you. I forgive you, but on one condition." Jessie breathed a sigh of relief and stood up slowly. "Thank you so much. I'll do anything, whatever the condition is." "Thank you, Sir Ronnie," Jaden beamed, hugging him. "I'll pay for the vase myself, but that means you owe me. To repay me, you'll have to work here in the mansion, as my maid and cook," Ronnie stated. Jessie was surprised but accepted immediately. "That's it?" "Easy, no problem," she said, and started cleaning up the broken vase. From that day on, Jessie became Ronnie's helper. She cooked for him and washed his clothes for free. Ronnie was pleased to have someone taking care of the house. "Sir, when do I officially become your maid?" Jessie asked as she served him food. "When you've worked off the $10,000. That's your salary target," Ronnie replied. "That'll take forever. I might be old by the time I'm done," Jessie exclaimed. "Would that be so bad? We could grow old together," Ronnie teased. Jessie's cheeks turned pink. "If you say so. Otherwise, you'll need to accept cash payment for the vase," Ronnie added, handing her the receipt. With no other choice, Jessie continued working at the mansion. "What are you staring at? Sit down and eat with me. Where's Jaden? Call him to eat too," Jessie initially refused but eventually gave in. She called Jaden, who was playing with the guard outside. "Mum, your cooking is so delicious," Jaden said while chewing. He opened his mouth again, expecting another bite from his mum. Ronnie watched them, and Jaden noticed. "Mum, I think Sir Ronnie wants to be fed too. Feed him so he won't feel left out. Please?" Jessie and Ronnie were both stunned by the child's request. They looked at each other awkwardly. Though embarrassed, Jessie gave in to her son's wish. She scooped some food and slowly brought it to Ronnie's mouth. "Open up, just to make the kid happy," she said nervously. Ronnie looked at her, reluctant, but Jessie gently held his jaw and fed him. "It's good, right?" Jaden asked, smiling. Ronnie nodded, chewing. Jessie looked at him with a playful smile. After the cute scene, Jessie went back to cleaning the massive mansion. But midway through her chores, Jaden interrupted her. "Mum, let's play hide and seek." "I can't, sweetie. I'm working, so Ronnie might get mad," she replied. "Please, it's fun to play here. It's such a big house," Jaden insisted. Jessie looked around. Seeing Ronnie wasn't nearby, she gave in. "Fine, go hide. I'll count," she said. Jaden ran to the second floor to find a hiding spot. After counting, Jessie began searching. She wandered around and eventually ended up near a bathroom. "Jaden, come out, I found you," she said as she approached the half-open door. Just as she was about to enter, Ronnie stepped out, fresh from the shower, wearing only a towel. They collided and fell to the floor. Jessie ended up on top of him, their faces close, breaths mingling, their lips nearly touched, their eyes locked in silence. "Can I play too?" Jaden suddenly shouted, jumping onto Ronnie's back. His jumping caused Jessie and Ronnie's lips to meet in an accidental kiss that lasted a while because Jaden kept bouncing, thinking they were playing a horsey game. That unexpected kiss deepened the strange connection between Jessie and Ronnie. Neither of them forgot it. The more time they spent together, the more they appeared like a couple rather than employer and helper. Whenever Jessie saw Ronnie playing with Jaden, she saw the potential of him being a loving, responsible father. They even shared the same personality traits. One day, Ronnie invited them out for a stroll. They brought Jaden to the park to play. The three of them shared burgers, and Jessie noticed how much Jaden and Ronnie both loved the same food. People often mistook them for a real family. Their bond was that natural. While sitting under a big tree watching Jaden play, Jessie asked, "You really don't have a wife or a girlfriend?" "I had a girlfriend once, a model, but she died in a plane crash on her way to New York," Ronnie shared. "I'm sorry I brought it up," Jessie said quietly. "It's okay, I've moved on. It still hurts, but not as much anymore. Maybe we weren't meant to be. Maybe I'm destined for someone else," Ronnie replied, turning to look at her. Their eyes met. Slowly, their lips met once again. That day, they officially became a couple. Jessie was no longer just the maid. She was Ronnie's girlfriend. She no longer needed to pay off the broken vase. "I love you, Jessie. You're the woman I never want to lose. I want to protect you and love you for the rest of my life," Ronnie said sincerely, cupping her face. "I love you too, Ronnie. Your past might have been painful, but I accept all of you. I might never be able to match what your former lover gave you, but I promise to love you in a way no other woman ever could," Jessie replied, pulling him into a warm embrace. They kissed again, only to realize that Jaden was standing in front of them. "Mom, is Sir Ronnie your baby too? Why are you kissing him? I thought I was your only baby," the boy asked, confused. They gently explained everything. "Jaden, we're in love. He's going to be your dad," Jessie said. "Yes, I finally have a dad," Jaden exclaimed, jumping up and down. He was naturally smart and understood what was happening. They all returned home joyfully. Even Patricia was stunned when she learned that her daughter's boyfriend was the billionaire next door. The day Ronnie had long been waiting for finally came. He told Jessie to prepare a feast because his mother was coming to visit. He was excited to introduce Jessie and Jaden to her. "I'll introduce you to my mom. I'm sure she'll be happy," Ronnie said with a bright smile, genuinely thrilled. "I don't know. I'm really nervous," Jessie replied anxiously. She couldn't calm her nerves, unsure of what she'd say once she faced Ronnie's mother. A few moments later, the doorbell rang, followed by the arrival of a sleek black luxury car. They watched as an elegant woman stepped out, wearing designer shoes and an expensive outfit. She was flanked by bodyguards, with some even holding umbrellas over her. The moment Jessie saw the woman's face, her heart began to race. "Madam Darling, she's Ronnie's mother," Jessie whispered to herself in shock. Her knees trembled as fear gripped her. She felt like disappearing on the spot, but she had no choice but to stay and face the intimidating woman. Meanwhile, Ronnie happily welcomed his mother. His face lit up with joy at her visit. "My son, I missed you so much. You haven't changed a bit. You're still so handsome. You really take after me," Madam Darling said as she kissed her son on the cheek. "I missed you too, Mom. By the way, there's someone I want you to meet," Ronnie said, leading her in Jessie's direction. "Mom, this is Jessie, and this is Jaden, her son." The older woman blinked rapidly and removed her transparent glasses. Then she rubbed her eyes, as if to make sure she wasn't hallucinating. "Jessie? Oh my gosh, is this really happening? Or am I under a spell?" she asked, looking at Jessie from head to toe, her face contorting in disgust. "Ma'am," Jessie muttered, swallowing nervously. She forced a small, polite smile. "Is she your maid?" the older woman asked Ronnie. "No, Mom, she's my girlfriend, and my future wife," Ronnie replied confidently. "What? This woman, you're marrying her? From dating models and wealthy women, you've sunk to marrying a mere washerwoman?" Madam Darling snapped in outrage. "Ma'am, what's so wrong with that? We love each other," Jessie said firmly. "Do you even know who that is?" The older woman pointed at Jessie. "She used to be our laundry girl. I will never accept someone like her marrying my son. She's uneducated. And look, she has a child by some random man. We don't even know who the father is," she screamed, pointing accusingly at Jaden. Jessie instinctively pulled Jaden close, shielding him from the cruel remarks. That was when Ronnie finally realized that Jessie was the same girl who used to do their laundry, back when he still lived at his mother's mansion. It also clicked for Jessie why Ronnie's clothes had smelled so familiar. She'd washed his school uniforms before. They had unknowingly crossed paths in the past. Ronnie was especially upset about how his mother insulted Jessie. "Ma'am, what's wrong with being a laundress? It's honest work. I love Jessie, and no matter what you say, you can't stop us from being together." "All these years, and you haven't changed. You're still foolish," Madam Darling shouted. Ronnie couldn't hold back anymore. "So that girl means more to you than me, your own son? I'm your mother. I gave birth to you," she cried. "Yes, you're my mother, but not once did I feel your love. Jessie, on the other hand, made me feel loved in ways you never did," Ronnie answered with deep emotion, his words cutting into her heart. "Then fine, be with her." "I regret ever coming here," Madam Darling said, storming out and getting back into her car. Ronnie was left behind, pulling at his hair in frustration. "Nay, who is my real dad? Why did that lady get so mad at me? Did I do something wrong?" Jaden asked Jessie tearfully. "Sweetheart, I think it's time I told you the truth," Jessie said, unable to hold back her tears. "I don't know who your father is, and I'm not your real mum. I found you in the trash." Jaden's eyes filled with tears. "So it's true. I'm adopted. My real mum threw me away. She didn't want me. Is it because I'm ugly, or because I'm a bad kid?" he asked, his voice trembling. Jessie shook her head repeatedly. "Don't ever think that. You are the most handsome and kindest boy God ever gave me. When I found you that night, maybe I was just more ready to be a parent than your birth mother. Maybe she still had dreams she wanted to chase. But you fulfilled my dream, to be a mother. You're my blessing," Jessie said, pulling him into a tight hug. Behind them, Ronnie stood silently, deeply moved by what he heard. He realized how selfless and kind Jessie truly was. "You're incredible," Ronnie said, walking up to embrace them both. "You took on someone else's responsibility. You raised a child that wasn't even yours." Despite all they'd been through, Ronnie and Jessie grew even closer. They didn't let the negativity around them affect their love. Ronnie stood by Jessie's side as she continued to raise Jaden, who slowly came to accept the truth. By the time Jaden turned 8, their bond had only grown stronger. "Happy birthday, sweetheart. I have a gift for you," Jessie said, handing him a small box. Inside was an expensive necklace. Ronnie's eyes widened in surprise when he saw it. "Wow, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Mom," Jaden said happily. But Ronnie stared at the necklace, holding and touching it carefully, as if trying to confirm something. "Wait, where did this necklace come from? This is a rare diamond. Only my family in America has this kind of piece," Ronnie said, confused. "That necklace was with Jaden when I found him," Jessie explained. "I kept it hidden, thinking maybe one day it would help identify his real parents. But as time went on, I didn't want to look anymore. They threw him away. I didn't trust them to care for him the way he deserved." Ronnie's suspicion grew. This is the same necklace I gave Nadine. I'm sure of it." He rushed to get his photo album and showed pictures of Nadine to Jessie. "They look alike. Jaden looks like her," Jessie said as she examined the photo. The necklace in the photo matched the one in the box. Driven to find the truth, Ronnie and Jessie arranged a DNA test for Jaden. After an agonizing wait, the results finally arrived. Jaden was indeed Ronnie's biological son. The joy Ronnie felt was indescribable. Even Jaden was overwhelmed with emotion. Jessie, though teary-eyed, fully embraced the truth. "This doesn't change anything. Jaden, you'll always be my son. And Ronnie, I'll continue to love you. We were all just victims of fate," Jessie said, hugging them both. "We need to tell my mum," Ronnie said with certainty. "I'm sure she'll be thrilled." They decided to visit Madame Darling at her home, but when they arrived at the mansion, they were met with distressing news. Ronnie's mother was ill. Ronnie was deeply worried about her condition. Even so, they decided it was still the right time to tell her the truth, that Jaden was in fact her biological grandson. At first, Madame Darling refused to believe it, but when Ronnie showed her the official documents confirming Jaden's identity, she was stunned. Tears welled up in her eyes. "Grandson, forgive me for all the wrong I've done to you. And you too, Jessie. Please forgive me. I had no idea that the woman I once belittled was the one who's been caring for my grandchild all this time. Thank you. Thank you so much," the older woman said with sincerity, asking for their forgiveness. "Grandma, I hope you get well soon. I want to play tag with you," Jaden said sweetly. The old woman chuckled softly. "Oh, sweetheart, I can't run that fast anymore. Why don't you go tell your mom and dad to give you a baby brother or sister? That way you'll have someone to play with," she joked. Jessie never imagined that behind the stern, snobbish exterior of Madame Darling lay a soft heart. Their visit extended to several weeks. They stayed to care for her. Jessie became the one constantly reminding Madame Darling when it was time to take her medicine. They never gave up on her, nursing her back to health day by day. Eventually, Madame Darling and Patricia became good friends. Jessie's family expanded in love and support. A lot had changed through the years, but one thing hadn't: Ronnie's love for Jessie. "I love you, Jessie. That hasn't changed," Ronnie said one day as he held her hand. You're such a smooth talker. Jessie smiled. But me too. I still love you, more than ever. Then slowly, Ronnie knelt down and pulled out a small red box. Jessie's eyes filled with tears. Jessie Bennett, will you marry me? He asked, his voice trembling. Jessie couldn't hold back her tears any longer. Yes, I will marry you, she answered joyfully, and they kissed passionately. Everything happened quickly after that. Their wedding took place on the beach. Nothing could stop their love. The waves bore witness to the vows they exchanged. Their family and friends were there, even the parents of Ronnie's late girlfriend. They had invited them so they could introduce Jaden, the son Nadine had left behind. On the other side of the beach, Jaden stood facing the sea, looking up at the sky as if searching for something. Ronnie and Jessie approached their son. Son, what are you doing here? Is something wrong? Ronnie asked, while Jessie embraced him. Dad, I want to become a pilot someday. I'll go find my real mum. I'll rescue her from heaven, Jaden said innocently. Tears streamed down Ronnie and Jessie's faces. Don't worry, son. Your dad and I will help you reach that dream. Someday you'll become an excellent pilot, Jessie promised, hugging him even tighter. And so, the three of them walked together down the beautiful shoreline, and this is where their love story ends. Thank you so much to everyone who has supported this story. This is me, Mr. Hope. Did you miss me? If yes, drop a comment. I'll see you soon.